All right, we're going to start by making our main method. Just like we always do. And now in here, I want to do these two things. I want to make a new pin. I want to change the color of the pin to green. And then I want to print the color to the screen. So, to make a new pin, I'm going to use the same syntax I've been using kind of all along for changing the pin color. Or not for changing the pin color, for making a new object, instantiating a new object. So, I'm going to say, hey, this is of type pin. I'm going to call it pin 1. And I'm going to say new pin, capital P-I-N, well, I have to give it some parameters. So let's take a look at pin. And this had, if I go down to my constructor, has 4 different parameters. One is the string name of the person, and then string of location, and then latitude and longitude. So I'm going to say, this is Soren's pin, and he is going to New Zealand. And it has a latitude and longitude of, well, this is supposed to be a double, so negative 40.9 and 174.88. So this now creates a place in memory where this is all going to be stored. So what pin 1 does is points to the location in the computer's memory, saying, hey, this is where all this information is stored, and then we can go ahead and get access and change that information. So right now, if I were to do a system.out.print and go ahead and get the color of Soren's pin, I would do pin 1, because that's the object I want to take a look at, and I'm going to do get color, close parentheses. So I'm going to compile this. Good, no errors. And then let's go ahead and run this. And you can see that it was blue. This other stuff was on the screen beforehand. So it returned the color blue, which is what I had kind of set it up to be in that constructor. So now if I want to go ahead and change that to be green, I'm going to do a system dot, well, first I have to change the color. So I'm going to do pin 1 slash dot set color, and I have to give it a parameter because that's how my method was set up. I'm going to change it to green, and now I'm going to say system.out.print PRINTLN Soren's pin is now close plus, and then I'm going to do pin 1 dot get color, and then parenthesis close. So maybe we can make this a little nicer too. We can say Soren's pin is, and then get that color, and then we should be good there. So here we've got something, we've created a new object, and we know in our constructor it automatically sets the pin to blue, so it's going to be blue, and then we're going to say, hey, Soren's favorite color is actually green, so we're going to set the color of the pin to green, and then we're going to print to the screen, okay, now Soren's pin is now this color. So I'm going to compile that. Oh, I missed the semicolon all the time. Semicolon, compile, and now let's run it. Forgot an LN, but we got Soren's pin is blue, Soren's pin is now green. Let's put an LN in there. That's what I was missing. So that's great. Someone in my 3rd hour noticed that if I just do pin 1, something weird happens. So let's show what that happens. I don't get any errors, but now when I run it, I get Soren's pin is, and then it says pin at 600BA356, which is weird. That's not the latitude, it's not the longitude, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's in New Zealand. This is actually the location that this pin is being stored at. So it's a location in the computer's memory that has or contains the pin. Then when I go through and I set and get these properties, it knows where to go in my computer to get this information, and then it can get it and put it back on the screen if that's what my methods say. So now my last challenge for you is to write your own methods for setters and getters for either, maybe it's now Soren's new dream vacation is actually Switzerland. So you could maybe change the location, or maybe Soren, maybe someone else that has a favorite location, New Zealand too, and you're going to replace Soren with a different name. So setters and getters for different attributes that we have here. And then we'll practice this tomorrow in class.